What if I told you the fate of a multi-million-dollar company once rested in the hands of someone most people would never notice? Not a high-powered executive or a genius consultant, but a cleaner, someone who wasn't even supposed to be in the boardroom. Sounds unbelievable, right? But sometimes, the most unexpected heroes emerge when the stakes are highest. This is one such story. Stay with me to find out how one overlooked individual turned an impending disaster into a story of redemption and hope. Meet Rosa Martinez. Rosa wasn't a CEO, nor did she have a corner office. Her workspace was the shadowy corners of conference rooms and hallways of Glass Corp, a top-tier tech firm in Silicon Valley. Her job was to clean up after the powerful decision-makers who ruled the building. To them, she was invisible, just a part of the background. But to her 2 kids at home, Rosa was everything. A single mother working late hours to keep food on the table and provide a future they deserved. Every evening, after the chaos of the day quieted down, Rosa's world began. Armed with her mop and bucket, she moved silently through the building. But Rosa wasn't just cleaning, she was observing. As she tidied desks and wiped whiteboards, she'd notice things others didn't. Scribbled notes left behind, half-finished charts, fragments of conversations floated through the air. Rosa had no formal education beyond high school, but she had a sharp mind, a knack for details, and a curiosity that couldn't be stifled. One night, Rosa entered the CEO's office. It was unusually messy. Papers scattered everywhere, a whiteboard covered in frenzied diagrams and numbers. The CEO, Mr. Ethan Vance, was known for his innovative mind, but also for his impulsive decisions. Rosa began tidying up, but her eyes caught a phrase on the whiteboard. AI acquisition, $50 million loss. She paused. Loss? Rosa whispered to herself. The charts and notes painted a troubling picture. Glass Corp had invested millions in acquiring a startup, betting big on its AI technology. But something was wrong. The numbers didn't add up, and the acquisition seemed to be failing. Rosa didn't understand every detail, but she knew enough to realize this was a ticking time bomb. Have you ever found yourself unnoticed in a crowd, yet holding on to insights no one else sees? Let's dive deeper. Rosa's first instinct was to dismiss it. What can I do, she thought. She was just a cleaner. No one would listen to her. Besides, meddling in company affairs could cost her the job she desperately needed. She resolved to stay silent, but the unease gnawed at her. That night, she barely slept. The image of the $50 million loss haunted her thoughts. The next night, Rosa confided in a security guard named Sam, a kind older man who had worked at Glass Corp for decades. Sam chuckled. Rosa, you've always had a knack for seeing things others miss. Maybe it's time someone noticed. His words planted a seed of courage in Rosa. A company-wide meeting was scheduled the following week. Ethan Vance would address the staff about the company's future. Rosa saw this as her moment. Trembling with fear, she decided to write an anonymous note detailing her observations and insights, leaving it on Ethan's desk before the meeting. She didn't know if it would work, but it was a risk she had to take. What would you do in Rosa's shoes? Keep watching to see how she made the choice that changed everything. The meeting began, and Ethan Vance seemed unusually tense. As he spoke about the company's challenges, his assistant handed him Rosa's note. Ethan's expression shifted from confusion to alarm. Someone in this company has pointed out a critical error in our AI acquisition strategy, he announced. The room fell silent. Rosa, cleaning just outside the conference room, froze. The CEO spent the next hour dissecting the acquisition's flaws based on the anonymous insights. Rosa's observations had been spot on, but not everyone was pleased. Some executives felt threatened, fearing exposure of their own mistakes. Others, however, saw the note as a lifeline to save the company. Ethan ordered an emergency task force to address the issues. Days turned into weeks as the team worked tirelessly, guided by the revelations from the note. Meanwhile, Rosa's life continued as usual, though she couldn't shake the growing tension. What if they found out it was her? What if her actions backfired? One night, as Rosa cleaned Ethan's office, he walked in unexpectedly. Rosa's heart raced. Ethan sat down and began speaking, not looking at her. "Whoever wrote that note saved this company," he said. "But I need to know who it was. Transparency matters." Rosa's instincts told her to stay silent, but something inside her said it was time to step forward. She took a deep breath and spoke. "It was me, sir." How did Ethan respond? You'll be surprised. Ethan was stunned, but not angry. Instead, he asked Rosa how she saw what so many had missed. She explained her perspective, her attention to detail, her habit of observing patterns. Ethan didn't just thank her. He promoted her to a new role in quality assurance, where her skills could shine. The restructuring wasn't easy. There were tense board meetings, opposition from stakeholders, and tight deadlines. But with Rosa's insights, Glass Corp restructured its strategy, turning the failed acquisition into a profitable venture. Rosa found herself part of brainstorming sessions, her voice now valued and respected. Meanwhile, Ethan grew as a leader. He realized how much potential he had overlooked in his employees, especially those in roles often dismissed as unimportant. This sparked a new policy: open forums where every employee, regardless of their role, could share ideas. Can you imagine how different workplaces would be if everyone's voice was valued? Let's see how this all concludes. Rosa's life changed dramatically. The promotion brought financial stability and a sense of purpose. Yet she remained humble, using her new position to advocate for others who often went unnoticed. She inspired other employees to step forward with their ideas, creating a ripple effect of innovation and inclusion throughout Glass Corp. Ethan and Rosa developed a unique bond built on mutual respect. Ethan often credited Rosa for saving the company, but Rosa would always respond, "I just did what needed to be done." Glass Corp thrived not because of cutting-edge technology, but because it learned to value every voice. The AI acquisition became a case study in resilience and teamwork, a reminder that success isn't just about big ideas, but also about the people who bring them to light. So what's the takeaway here? Sometimes, the smallest voices can carry the biggest solutions. Rosa's story is a reminder that heroes can come from anywhere, even the most unexpected places. Who knows? Maybe your moment to make a difference is just around the corner.